Hello viewers, welcome to the Editorial Analysis by Drishti IAS. In this section, we regularly take editorials from various newspapers and news portals for a better understanding of various issues happening in India and around the globe. Dear viewers, in this section, we first try to link the editorial with our UPSC syllabus. Then we go analytical in order to understand some key points and at last some important concepts. Dear viewers, we truly hope that you like this initiative taken by Drishti IAS and your feedbacks are important for us. So kindly feel free to give your important feedbacks in the comment section. So without any further delay, let's commence our session.
Dear viewer, this video is available in Hindi as well. If you wish to watch it, please visit our Hindi YouTube channel, Drishti IAS. For your convenience, the link for this video in Hindi has been provided in the description below.
Today's editorial is taken from the Economic Times published on 18th of February 2021. The title of today's editorial is Start Trials for Mutant Strains. If we try to link today's editorial with our UPSC syllabus, we can link it with GS Paper 3, which has sections that include environment, ecology, biodiversity, and science and technology. Some key points from today's editorial. With South Africa returning the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine because of its low efficacy in dealing with the new strain of the virus that has emerged in the country. The race is on for a vaccine that can deal with the multiple strains of the virus. Now viewers, we are all aware that the coronavirus is mutating and we are finding out that regularly new strains of the COVID virus are being found in various countries. One such threat was posed in the month of November and December in England, where a new strain of COVID virus was creating a lot of havoc. So under such circumstances, the vaccines that were sent by India to South Africa and which were the vaccines of Oxford AstraZeneca, South Africa is actually returning all those vaccines. Now, the reason cited by South Africa is that these vaccines of Oxford AstraZeneca are not working against the new strains of the COVID virus. And they have said that there has to be a focus on manufacturing such a vaccine which is working absolutely perfect against all the strains of the COVID virus. It is therefore critical that India step up its vaccine development efforts. It is not just vaccines that India must focus on. Now, so under such circumstances, the responsibility that India has to step up for is to development such a vaccine which is effective against each and every strain of COVID virus. Now, India being the vaccine hub of the world, vaccine capital of the world, it automatically becomes a responsibility of India that they should come up with such an effective vaccine. The World Health Organization has declared that COVID is likely to become endemic. So India must begin working on developing drugs to deal with the disease. Now, in its recent statement, World Health Organization has declared that soon COVID will be an endemic disease. Its status from a pandemic will be reduced to endemic. Now, when I speak endemic, that means it is based in one particular area, unlike the term pandemic, which was meant for the entire world. So, under such circumstances, it is very important that India should actually start developing such drugs which can deal with these kind of issues. The present scenario, Covaxin, the COVID vaccine developed by Biotech, was given emergency authorization for use because it could, on account of being a whole virus vaccine rather than based on virus protein, be effective against the new strain of the virus that was emerging in the United Kingdom. Now here we are talking about the vaccine that was developed by Biotech. The name of the vaccine was Covaxin. Now, it was different from all other vaccines that were being prepared in the world. The most important reason of its difference is that the Covaxin has been made using the protein of the COVID virus. They haven't used the complete virus, but specific proteins that are found in that COVID strain. And it was found that the Covaxin that was developed by Bharat Biotech is quite effective against the new strain of the virus that was actually emerging in the United Kingdom. Given that the new strains of the virus are emerging, it is important to determine Covaxin's efficacy in this context through tailor-made trials right away, if necessary in South Africa and Brazil, leveraging India's ties with these countries. See, when such situations are emerging, when we are finding out every day new strains of COVID virus are coming, so it is quite important that actually India should step up and they have to focus on this very important aspect, that they have to check the efficacy of the Covaxin on all the new strains of the COVID virus that are emerging. If required, India can definitely refer to countries like South Africa and Brazil, where the new strains of the COVID virus are found. This would definitely help India in leveraging its ties with these two countries. The results must be published as they become available so as not to lose time in wide expert assessment. It would make sense for vaccines that area under development, both in preclinical as well as clinical trials too, to take the mutations of the virus into consideration. Now, one of the most important things that is to be noted here is that results of the efficacy should be published, because it is quite important to see what exactly is the requirement, what are the various areas of development where we have to focus. So it is quite important that the data from both the clinical as well as the preclinical trials should be made public. It should also be seen that whether the vaccine is effective against the various mutation or the mutative forms of the virus or not. This will help India to transition from being the world's major manufacturer of vaccines and generic drugs to being a developer and manufacturer. The COVID pandemic and the push to develop a vaccine has given impetus to Indian biotech and pharma sector. Now today we all know that India is regarded as the world's major manufacturer of vaccines and generic drugs. Now if India successfully comes up with a vaccine which is effective against all the strains of the COVID virus, it will make India not only the world's major manufacturer but also a major developer as well. Now, because of this COVID pandemic situation, it has given a rejuvenation to Indian biotech and pharma sector. It has definitely come up with such a situation where if vaccine is developed, such an effective vaccine is developed, Indian biotech and Indian pharma sector both will be on a boom once again. The way ahead, scientists warn that the COVID pandemic is unlikely to be an one-off event. Part of preparedness is building a robust ecosystem for developing cures. Now, scientists have said that COVID virus or the COVID issue is going to stay here for quite some time. It's not going to end like this. So it is important that we have to be very much prepared in building such an ecosystem where cure can be processed, cure can be developed within no time. Now, India needs to leverage this momentum to build up domestic drug and vaccine companies rather than simply serving as a development hub for foreign pharma and biotech companies. Now, like I told you before, this situation has given India that particular opportunity which is quite important for the development of domestic drug and vaccine industry. It is high time that India should use this opportunity and should become one of the largest producers, developers of drugs and vaccines. And moreover, the Indian drugs and vaccines should have to claim a new spot in the market. This is an opportunity to act on the idea of local for global. This move will also give a boost to developing the ecosystem for research and development. Now, this can be that particular opportunity about which our Prime Minister spoke during the COVID pandemic. He spoke that local is something which is now to be endorsed, and it is high time that our local should become global. It is a very big opportunity for Indian pharmaceutical and Indian biotechnology sector that if given proper research and development, then definitely this initiative is going to boost the situation of Indian biotech and pharma companies. Now, viewers, this was with today's editorial analysis. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much.